there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 3,000 point game here, and it's going to be me against OnceBitten. Of course, I was over there for Brawler Bash, and being the great guy he is, he let me stay at his place, and he drove me around and things. And the very first night after he picked me up, we went to the store, and we got a game in. So it's going to be our tournament list up against each other. For him, he's running a cannon, he has a demi-griffs, handgunners. Then he's got some archers, a big horde of halberdiers with the warrior priest, Hurricaneum, his knight unit that has in there another warrior priest, and also Franz with the good old hammer of smashing. You can see the BSB there with the banner kind of sticking up in the background, and then some more demigriffs. And then finally over here, he also has the Hellblaster. He has more archers, and that's kind of a bunker, because in there he has his level 4 fire, which, you know, I thought was kind of an odd thing for him to take. But anyway, he also has a cannon. Between the two, he has an engineer, and then he has a steam tank. For my part, I'm going all troll in this thing. So over here, I have a horde of trolls. I have a horde of river trolls. I have... you know, you can see here 2 units of the Night Goblins, but there'll be another one. In the bunker there's a Night Goblin BSB, and also my Goblin War Boss with the Wizarding Hat. And then as well over here, you can see the 2nd unit of Trolls. There's that 3rd unit of Night Goblins, and then a big huge horde of Savage Orc Biggins. So just hordes everywhere, kill, 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 screw the support, and we'll see what happens. So overall, the lore I got for this one was beasts, which is pretty cool. That means I get to put wild form onto one of my troll hordes. But another big thing here is that in brawlers, it's all about killing stuff. Now, really, looking here, the only stuff he really threatens with is he has some demigriffs on the left side you can't really see, but, you know, clearly he's going to be going up to the other demigriffs. He's going to go up with the knights. The halberdiers are farther back, because that's when you think they're going to be a second wave, or he's going to be waiting for me to come to him. But for the most part, I just see it as me pretty much outclassing him. The right side, that's not good. Having my Savage Orcs fighting a steam tank isn't a good matchup. But what I can do over there is at least kind of keep it tied up, because, I mean, if that steam tank stays away from the rest of the stuff, I can get in there and get points. Because remember, in Brawlers, it's not about winning, it's about getting lots of points. So that's really the plan here. I mean, I can't really do anything too crazy because I don't have any real pieces to do that with, but really I just got to move up there and kill some dudes. So what we're doing here is we have the cards that are going on in Brawler Bash. And the card that I got going on is the one where a core unit gets to Vanguard. Now, like I said, the Savages don't really want to fight the Steam Tank, but at the same time, I thought that this could actually work out, because I got that building right there, and what I can do is if I get first turn, or if he doesn't get to me, I can hop into the building and really kind of force the Steam Tank to be over here until eventually in later turns he's get desperate enough to move away, and then I have this horde here to clean up the pieces he has here. You can also see in the top of the tower there, for those who watch Bull City Wargaming, that's Shimmer Gloom's troll with the Busey banner. He was watching on and cheering on my orcs. But one of the first things I guess I got to kind of show here is that the building I was completely wrong about, because I didn't know that. Well, I guess I guess OnceBitten told me, but I forgot, or I was probably just focusing on how cool wild form trolls are going to be. But you can't go into buildings if you have more than 30 models. So all of a sudden, I have vanguarded up with a unit to a steam tank, and yeah, I don't want that combat at all. So this is bad, but hey, you know, maybe I can hold on. I'll be steadfast 7. I don't know, but yeah, this was not part of the plan. Otherwise, my first turn is a little bit annoying because I feel animosity on my bunker. Now, trolls are stupidity on a 4. Now, what this means is that I need to really, really stay within the charge range, and because of that, that really kind of forces me to stay back. So, on the left side, the trolls didn't really want to go too far anyway this turn, because of how his demigryphs might be trying to sneak around. But the real killer with this is that since I didn't move up, that means in the following turn, if I have to charge up to get charges, I'll be leaving the general's range. So this just really kind of stalls me for a turn. It was unfortunate, but hey, it made my turn fast. Otherwise, on his turn, he gets lots of steam points, and he comes smashing into my savages, so don't like it, but we'll kind of see how this goes. Otherwise, over here, he gets the flame cage on my bunker, and that's going to hurt because, of course, if they move, they're all going to be taking, this big damage. But this is one of the reasons why I have multiple bunkers. If one of my bunkers gets decimated, I can say, screw you, take off, and join another bunker as I wish. So that's why the second one here was set up to be within 8 of this one, so that I can leave it if I want to. Otherwise, over here, yeah, this was kind of funky. He goes into the building with the handgunners, shoots the cannon misfires, explodes, and that panics the demigryphs, and they run off the board. So this is really good for a couple of reasons. One, with him losing stuff, that's awesome, right? All of a sudden I get points in the bank. Two, my trolls, who are 630 points that were dedicated to kind of guarding this flank, can now go rushing up. And three, since he has the handgunners in the building, I can charge them, kill them, and kind of gain some speed out of this. And kill some dudes. Otherwise, I believe his other cannon misfired as well. His Hellblaster and other shooting did some wounds to my river trolls. You might see there his Hurricaneum is kind of like slightly smaller. This really sucked. He was moving by and his shirt caught it and it went smash from the ground. So, if those who have not seen close-ups, it's really well painted. So I definitely felt bad for him, but luckily it broke in all of the major spots rather than like in a rod or something. So he's going to be able to easily fix it. But otherwise, you can see he brought the Congo line archers just to kind of slow me down. One of the odd choices, I think that was a mistake, is that he changed his knights to go into basically lance formation. Now, this really kind of works for doing a character bust type of thing, but the bad thing it does for him is that now they can't take away steadfast. And so really, whereas before I'd have to be a little bit careful, because if the knights and the demigryphs charged my trolls, he would beat me, take away steadfast possibly. Now I can just engage him and don't care because I'll be steadfast 9 rerollable. Otherwise, the steam tank up there, it won combat. I actually got quite a few wounds back, 3 or 4 or something, but either way, I hold, and so this is great for many reasons. One, I get lots of damage, and 2, I held it up. Otherwise, on my turn, I'm really just needing to consolidate because, like I said, my bunker was way too far back, and I'm just needing to get up here to try and get to these spots. But unfortunately, the trolls charging into the building failed to charge, so that's going to kind of slow them down. But one of the things that's also annoying is his characters are just taunting me, right? There's that BSB, there's that level 4, out of the units. If I had any sort of like a Doom Diver or anything, those guys would be dead, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I can't remember, too, if maybe I went for like long bomb charges here. I'm pretty sure I didn't, just because, like I said, without the bunker being up there, if anything goes wrong, it's not going to work. Over here, I move up with the goblins to release the fanatics, hoping to do a few more damage because at strength 5 armor piercing, they can actually, knock down that steam tank pretty good. But unfortunately, I only did like 1 more wound, which probably balances out the fact that my savages did crazy and then actually killed more of my savages. So, meh, as long as I killed the steam tank, it's all about getting those points. Otherwise, over here, I have a picture of my war boss, and to be totally honest, I can't remember why. So here, oh, that's right. He ditched the unit and came over here. So the other unit is like flamed up and died, and these guys ditched and said, screw you, we're going to a new bunker. Otherwise, we're now back to his turn, and he comes charging in. And again, normally I'd be a little bit worried because maybe if my pukes don't go right or if he gets tons of wounds on me, I could lose this. be on double ones or something, and then I'm in trouble. Because he's now going to not be taking away my steadfast, I can just puke and go crazy and kill him at my leisure. Plus, he's showing up a nice little flank to my river trolls. Over here, he leaves the building, which sucks for my trolls because now, they wanted to charge and do mean things. And because as I believe it, it's not 30 wounds, it's 30 models. So my trolls could go in there, I think. I don't know. It's always kind of weird when they add these non-rule book rule changes. But looking at this too, I believe I could also charge in and clip those handgunners. And so again, if I can roll okay, I can get these trolls back up in there and where I need them. Over here, he gets off the Flaming Sword of Ruin. This is one of the problems of going up against, fire when you're trolls, is because your regen's important. And once that goes away, you're going to take lots of wounds. So again, this is where I think between flaming and having all this stuff, he could have actually been in this horde, but no steadfast. And again, oh man, those characters. I wish I could kill them, but no Doom Divers. Anyway, over here, he was able to beat up my savages. My luck runs out, and I fail my Steadfast 7, and I run away. That also panics the Night Goblins, so they run away too. And then after everything's done here, I kill a good amount of the Demigryphs. Actually, not. Maybe I take that back. He did lots of damage to me. I really just put all my attacks on the Demigryphs that I could, and I really thought I'd be doing more damage. It just didn't really all go that well. He actually then reforms to go wide, which at the time I thought he was doing it to make it so it wouldn't be a flank, so it would be a front charge, but it turned out that he was actually trying to sneak the champion over there, so I could only attack the champion. Unfortunately, because the champion was in combat, he couldn't take him out of combat, but yeah, that's going to be an issue. One of the other issues for me, as you can see it here, is that when I had to change over bunkers and had all the screw up from the first turn, I'm not going to be within range of the trolls on the left. So whereas I had looked at that first and said like, hey, this is cool, they can charge in and they can do awesome things, no, they're just going to be stupid. So on my turn, I try to rally with these two units. I rally first with the orcs because, hey, if I rally first with the Night Goblins and then orcs run over them, they're just going to panic again and run off the board. But it doesn't matter. They both fail. They both run off the board, and I give up a bunch of points. So, again, the whole story on this side is just me not understanding the whole thing with the building and throwing points away. Otherwise here, the trolls charge in, and this is going to be awesome, right? I'm going to come in here. I'm going to kill all these guys. It's going to be great. You know what? Let's just make sure we don't lose any more trolls because I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to move on from here. So let's put Wild Form on the trolls. Yeah, that's a good idea. Dimensional Cascade. Oh, man. And so not only does that nuke this bunker, but it also kills my general. So this is horrendous. And I mean, the odds for this happening are so low. But, yeah, it happens sometimes. And now I have no general, I have no magic, and, yeah. So after it's all done, it looks like this. And as far as the combat goes, it went really well. I made sure to try and kill the warrior priest who had the Crown of Command, kill all the rest that I could. They broke, and I was able to run them down. So that was actually kind of bad luck on his part. I was just kind of hoping to cast something, but I got all those points. And so actually at the time, OnceBitten was like, oh man, this is going so bad, this and this. And I said, you have no idea. I mean, look at this. My game is done, right? The trolls on the left failed stupidity. These guys got stuck in the rock. They're going to keep failing stupidity. And I am done. You can take points as you want them, but I'm really done for the rest of the game. So on his turn, he tries to charge into Halberdiers and failed the charge. And then otherwise just destroyed my bunker. So good old BSB is there all by himself. And after it looks kind of like this. So, I mean, he had the steam tank kind of come behind me. Other things shuffling around a little bit, but yeah, like I said, he can. The halberdiers aren't super killers or anything, but if they can get onto the flank of the trolls, they'll do just fine, right? They're just going to beat me through static combat res. So on my turn, I had something really crazy happen, and you know those stupidity 4 tests? I made all 3 of them. This was, I am never going to see this again. So all my trolls pass, and again, it's going to like, oh man, this is set to swing the game, but it's really not, because the trolls on the bottom here, they reform to face, but they're never probably going to get a charge off. Maybe if I get lucky again, but I think I just used up all my luck. The trolls there were kind of unfortunate because they were all squished against the skull there. I had to reform more like this for me to keep my center the same in the inch apart. So the green orcs, the regular, or sorry, trolls, they are just 2 wide, which is what can you do, right? And the river trolls are 3 wide. And to actually hope to actually get another useful turn out of them, I put the BSB in the unit. I know he's probably going to die and whatever, but really this is my best hope to do anything from now on. So on his turn, he's going to charge in here with the halberdiers. And over here, yeah, he's just going to kill off my BSB. It's going to be really easy. And I don't know why I keep on focusing in on here. I guess I'm just really focused in on maybe not being able to kill his warrior priest. I don't know. It's bad news. So anyway, the way it goes is that he kills off my guys, and then I really hoped he was going to be on the flank of the trolls, actually, because then I get a lot more attacks. But unfortunately, he's in the front and clips the best way he can. And yeah, he'll probably get some more points. So after him, it looks like this. He's not even using his steam tank now because it's down to 1 wound, and he doesn't, actually for him, I mean, the Brawler's Way, you might as well use it, because even if it does lose its last steam point, or its last wound and dies, you're not really losing anything, right? It's not like it's based off a 20-0 system, but, just out of old habits, doesn't use the steam tank. And then otherwise, he beats my trolls. My trolls get away and get to the other side of the skull. So for a second, I thought I might just save their points. But then the warrior priest charges out and sends them off the board. So that was the game. It was pretty crazy. Really, the game really came down to that failed, dimensional cascade. Really, what should have probably happened there is that in that combat, I kill off the demigryphs, I kill off the warrior priest, I kill a bunch of the knights break, and then the left trolls, the river trolls, would hold just to reform and face the halberdiers. Other trolls would chase, and yeah, good stuff like that. Of course, I did make my own little derps as well, say like with the left trolls, that when I switched from bunker to bunker, they were not in range. But then I had that issue at the start too, where my bunker failed animosity. You know what? At the start, when you put it all together, this army is made to be wild and wacky, and that's basically what happened here, right? We're supposed to get in there, we're supposed to crush face, but if I lose that one key model, it all kind of falls apart. So, Dimensional Cascade is really bad, but it's one of those things where you might as well go for it because it's such a low probability, right? First, you have to get a miscast, then you have to roll a Dimensional Cascade, then you have to roll that you get sucked in the warp. I mean, really, you put all these things together. Normally, if I miscast, oh no, I killed a few Night Goblins, right? Like, no big deal. But overall, I am starting to, I mean, the argument was made that really a lot of the magic I'm getting from the wizard hat isn't really worth it. But I mean, come on. It's the dude with the wizard hat, right? It's awesome. You got to do it. And, having 4 units that are stupid, it's just a special type of Malorian thing to do. So anyway, there you go. A big win for OnceBitten. And if nothing else, I was happy this happened before the tournament. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.